Achieving a VBAC is important to you. 99.9% of all previous cesareans, whether they have a real medical cause or whether they look as though they're sort of unnecessary 6 months later, are performed during the labor part. Although we've used this word VBAC, vaginal birth after a cesarean, it's really a misnomer. You really want to have a labor after a cesarean that ends up with a successful vaginal birth. The vaginal birth is very short. The labor can be quite long. You want to labor effectively. You want to create space for your baby inside your body. You don't want to have a delay in first or second stage because there's internal tension, or you're getting into positions that are actually hindering the birth, which is very, very common. You also want to cope well with the natural occurring pains of contractions. The most common causes of non-medically performed cesareans come from a delay in first or second stage and women not coping. The medical profession does not want you to suffer or your baby to suffer, or a long labor to end up causing problems in your baby. If you want to avoid another cesarean that is not medically necessary, then you want to learn the skills such as the hip lift, the sacral maneuver, the sit bone spread, what positions are really best for your baby, and how to read the messages your baby gives through each contraction. You want to know how to cope through each phase of each contraction, rather than finding yourself saying, well, the contractions weren't bad, but then they got intense and I lost it. You don't want to lose it, and you want your partner to have strong birth coaching skills so that they really help you stay in control and on top of whatever happens in your birth. You might not have a vaginal birth after a cesarean that lacks medical care, medical assessments, medical monitoring, or medical procedures. Don't let those things trip you up. Become highly skilled and work through your baby's birth journey regardless of all factors surrounding your birth as it unfolds, and then you will achieve a successful VBAC. Or you will have the skills to continue to work through your baby's birth journey if you end up with a medically necessary cesarean another time. This is your baby's birth. Don't waste one moment of it. Use skills to birth your baby successfully.